those kind of names.
Valhalla.
But thank you. Yes, a lot of our viewers are telling us that they are seeing from all over the world, and whoever has night vision goggles are photographing these things. So they are here, and they have been here for a very long time, and we just love to hear from the viewers to support what we're talking about, because you're going to hear a lot of debunking about a lot of this stuff. Oh, it was flares or balloons,
weather
or
balloons,
weather balloons, or
headlights.
Yeah, where you hear all those kinds of stories, but nobody's actually wanting to come forward and say, it could be, and something from another world. Hopefully, it's the good beings that you're seeing, and I would say what I'm trying to do is, when I do see them, is trying to make contact with them. And so there's a thing where, you got to keep your entropy low, and your fear has to stay down. So if you feel fearful about it, don't try to make contact. But I'm teaching myself to be fearless so that I can make contact in a way that if they were, ETs that were very friendly, they could not have any power over me, because I would have control of the way my fear rises.
Right, and Stephen Grier was talking about the most common way that ETs come into contact with a human would be through the dream, the lucid dream state. And I know you have a lot of
many in the dream state, yeah, many in the dream state, and they were all the good ones. So the benevolent ones that wanted to tell me about love and unconditional divine love, about this new world, that heaven, this new heaven that's on earth, that is here and now, this new density. Also, they came in the form of spirits of trees when I was very young, and they would talk about their plight and how it was very important for their species. And so there's life, and there's beings connected with everything, because we are all one. So these beings are, I guess, in other dimensions. When you raise your level of consciousness and open up your consciousness, they can come into your consciousness. If you're surrounding yourself with light and keeping yourself open to good, and moving towards that good, because the DNA does so much more in the freedom of good than it does in fear. It kind of contracts. You're expanding the consciousness, and your electromagnetic field and your aura grows even so much more. And so even if you weren't trying to connect, I was just a child, I was meditating, as I grew older, they come and they know when you need them, and they come to assist you, and they warn you of things that you need to pay attention to, that's coming around the corner. So I've always been in that manner protected, and even from danger. There was many situations where there would have been danger of my own life or whatever, and so they've always intervened. So, but I have never had, right in real lifetime. So
physical, non-astral.
Physical matter, and I think it's because in physical world, I had still some fears, and that's what I'm working on right now. Fortunately, I'm making a lot of progress, so I think now's the time for us to really start to open up and recognize that, we are spiritual beings, we are evolving, and these are our counterparts, our friends, and we can learn a lot from those beings, the mutated ones, the grays, the mechanical ones. They may have a lot of technology and amaze you with some of the things that they can do, but they're not as spiritually evolved. And you'll sense that, because you won't get a good feeling. They have to analyze you and abduct you and put things in you. That's not a good feeling. You want to stay clear away from that. And we were talking to someone else who was online, someone named Daniel, who just in here have more information on that. I don't want to run out of time, but he has been feeding us a little bit of information. He's looking to make contact with some woman named Robin,
Yep.
Robin.
And I'll get into it here. It's her name is Robin Quayle Andrews, and he said it's very important. And this is the message to Robin. If you're watching this, Daniel has some important information regarding the Cohoon abduction of 1966, and he has information regarding the hybrid project that might be an interest to her and those who she has worked with on abduction cases. And he told me thank you, and he said this is a very important piece to connect Robin Quayle Andrews with this man by the name of Daniel. So Robin, if you are watching this, or if you do get this message, you could shoot me a message here on YouTube or at support@esotericcosmos.com. I'll put the link up on the screen. Again, support@esotericcosmos.com, and I'll link you and this man Daniel together. So, you know, this could be a big piece, releasing some information that could be very important to the human race. So
right, and I know nothing about that abduction. Is that when the whole town lost time, just like
1965, I think, was when there was a fleet of UFOs seen traveling over the Midwest and the East Coast, and there was, I think, some sort of blackout or missing time thing going on.
Because there's usually always missing time when they abduct you, but sort of sounds like that new program Flash Forward, and I'm wondering if, you know, like if everyone just went unconscious, or it's very interesting. He hasn't given us all the details with this, Robin, so we would love to hear from you and connect with you, and possibly have you actually come on our show if you would like, and you know, talk about what some of the things that you've been doing. I believe, what I understand is you work with abductees. Is that it? She works?
I'm not sure. I read a few articles. I could see she was a contactee and a lot of work in the UFO field. So it was quite interesting. And then also, I was listening to the 2001 William Cooper broadcast, and she actually called in there as well. So, and from what Daniel tells me about her, so I was trying to learn a little bit more about her. So she could be, you know, this missing piece. So we'd love to hear from you, Robin. Another thing, we have something taking place all across the world, and it's like action groups. So people could prepare for, you know, if a disaster does come, which could be highly probable, and it's good to be prepared, that we're connected to where if, you know, the phone lines went off, or, you know, that us people as humans could get together kind of in like mastermind groups so we could survive or overcome anything, any obstacle that comes in our way. So I just wanted to spread the word for people in Southern California. This is basically, I'm just going to read the message that Monica Watson sent me. I said I'd be delighted to help her out and to help people connect with her action group. So people of California, connect with her. I'm going to give her email address and get together so you could prepare and talk about and mastermind some great ideas. I'm inviting you and all who are interested in doing and taking action to prepare a safe zone plan. For those of you in the Southern California area, I will be hosting a meeting at my home to discuss topics that will include plans for a safe zone. Anyone interested in attending, we're looking at the first week of November, is welcome to send me an email so that I can let you know when and an exact address of where the event will be held. Her email address, I'm going to put it on the screen, but it's ourslittlesecrets4, the numeral 4, the letter U, @gmail.com. So R, as in Robert, little, Little, secrets, secrets, the number 4, and the letter U, @gmail.com. And she'll be glad to share this information with whomever, so you can all connect. I think it's a great idea. And if there's anyone else out there all around the world, you know, look for people in your area that, you know, could put together safe zone plans and, you know, just to be prepared.
Very interesting. And Monica, you might want to connect with Carrie Cassidy. She's